This podcast is sponsored by nobody.
Hey everybody, this is Jill Whitlow. I play Cynthia in Night of the Creeps and Susan in Weird Science, and you're listening to Tommy Throwback Kovac on Splat from the Past. You have a date, Tommy?
Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the LA 80s themed horror sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today's Halloween and I am a happy guy. And the first interview of Halloween Day is Dorit Sauer. Dorit played the high school mean girl, Kim, in the 1990 horror cult classic Mirror, Mirror, celebrating its 35th anniversary. Oh man, I used to watch that movie like every Halloween in my early years. And I just love that movie. It still holds up, and I can't believe I'm going to be talking to her today. It is just amazing. Beyond amazing is what it is. And she was also in the track and field cult classic Across the Tracks with Brad Pitt and Ricky Schroeder. The only thing I like Ricky Schroeder in, as a matter of fact. And she guest starred on a couple Married with Children episodes. And she's done lots of stuff here and there. She was in 15 Minutes with Robert De Niro and stuff. And it's going to be a great conversation, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I've got two guests today. I was supposed to have three. One bailed on me completely, and I'm so pissed off about that, but it's okay. And it's going to be a great Halloween day today. Halloween October has just been fantastic. Also, congrats to Robert Englund for getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's about fucking time. Hail Freddy, my fellow June 6th Gemini. Also, happy heavenly birthday to John Candy, the one and only. I haven't seen the documentary yet, I Like Me, but I'm hearing good things about it, so more to come on that. So yeah, here is my interview with Dorit Sauer. Going back in time, did you gravitate toward acting early on in your childhood?
Yes, I wanted to be my first memory of wanting to be an actor was I was really little and I saw Funny Girl. Not the whole thing. It was too little. I was like really I mean maybe even two.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And then I think in the same year, or just being really young, I also I walked into my parents' room and Cabaret was on the TV. And that's what I wanted to do. I've always loved it. I've always, everything about it. I think I really just wanted to not be me. I realized that these were people that were portraying other people.
Right.
And I think it started out as sort of like an escape of not wanting to be probably in my own skin.
Yeah.
And realizing that at a very, very young age. And my parents were absolutely adamantly against it. But yeah, always my whole life.
Wow. So did you get involved in school plays and community theater and all that?
Yeah, I was in all the drama classes that I could possibly take as a kid, and all the plays, all of that. Yeah, definitely. But as I said, my parents were not interested. I have a sister that's a doctor and a brother that's a rocket scientist, and I'm the classic middle child. So yeah, they weren't into it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So I had to wait until I was 18.
Yeah.
To do it professionally.
Right. Did you do any modeling?
Yes, I did. That I started pretty young. I started modeling when I was I think 14 years old. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 14. This is actually really funny. My first modeling job was You know, when you buy a raft for a pool?
Yeah.
This is so embarrassing. I can't believe I'm telling you this. It's the picture of a girl holding a raft
Mm-hmm.
on the cover of the raft.
Yeah.
That was my first modeling job. I think I got $100, but it was like, oh my God, this is like a real job. I'm getting paid. But then I started modeling for real, and I was with an agency, and I lived in Japan for a while, and yeah,
Wow.
that was interesting.
How
That
was
was an interesting.
how was living in Japan?
Well, I had just turned 18, like literally just, because
Mm-hmm.
my agency wanted me to go before that, but because I wasn't 18, I couldn't go by myself. And so I had to literally wait until I was, of age. And there was a long discussion with my parents about it, and whether it was safe or it wasn't safe. And I when I got off the plane in Japan, when I actually got there, there was nobody there to meet me. And
Mm-hmm.
they were like 2 hours late, and I was so freaked out. It was nothing like going to any other place in the world back then. Nobody spoke English. Nothing was in English.
Wow.
It was very, very, very early in the morning or late at night. I can't remember. And I went to a phone to try to. I wanted to call my mom and be like, I want to come home. Like, that's how I was just like so freaked out. But in Japan, to dial the operator, it's not just zero. It's like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like 0094. But it doesn't say that anywhere on the telephone. And so I couldn't call anybody. I couldn't even call the agency to be
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, where the F are you?
Yeah. You can swear. You can
So,
swear.
oh, okay, yeah. I was like, where are they? I wanted to, like, where the fuck are you guys? This is terrifying. And it was a wild experience, because back then there were no Americans there, and you would get stared at in the street or the subway or anywhere that you went, because it just looked so different from everybody. It's a lot different than it is now.
Right.
It's so much more modernized now, and all the Roppongi girls and the fashion and everything. It's much different. It's much different. But it was a great experience. I mean, I'm glad I went. I actually ended up. It's funny that you're asking me this. I actually ended up leaving and breaking my contract because I had met this group of people that I was hanging out with, and they were going to leave. And when it's sort of like being on a movie set. When you meet somebody that
Mm-hmm.
far away and they speak English, you get really close really fast.
Right.
And so the last night before they were leaving, it was actually George Michael and his entourage. I had the honor of getting invited to the concert by George Michael and his group. They didn't, my agency called me up, and they said, would you mind going out with some of our friends? We're out of town. Can you meet them at a club? And it happened to be George Michael and his whole group of people. And so we ended up like going to all the concerts, like for a full week, like every single night with them, all the dinners, all the breakfasts, all everything. And it was amazing. And the last night, Michael Cohen, his manager, came up to me and he said, everybody's really depressed. And I get that. He said, but you seem a little bit more depressed than everybody else. And he was like, what do you want to do with your life? And I said, well, I was embarrassed because, my parents were so adamantly against us. And I was like, I want to be an actress. I want to be an actor.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, go home and be an actor. And I literally left there, packed my bags, went home, and became an actor. I mean, literally, that's exactly what happened. I mean, my father wanted to kill me because I broke the contract and I didn't get any money for being there for so long. But it was amazing. It was amazing that he put that into my head, and I just was like, okay, nobody had ever said that to me. And I was just like, wow, okay, I'm going to do this. And I went home and I called a friend of mine who had a manager, and I said, do you think I can talk to your manager? And like by the next week I had an agent, and I booked the first audition that I went on.
Was that Across the Tracks?
No, the first audition that I went on was actually I want to say it was a public service announcement commercial, which I've done like 7 of those. I've done a lot of commercials. I've done like, I don't know, like 20, 30 commercials. That was my bread and butter. And then all the other acting was just icing on the cake. But PSAs, in my humble opinion, are I'm very honored to do them, because I think that they really are looking for really good actors, because you're doing it for free.
Right.
You know, you're doing it for a public service announcement, so it's a free job, but it's great exposure. But you really have to be good at what you do, and that's how you get booked.
Yeah.
It's like, of course, it's like that with every other acting job, but this is more specific, I think.
Yeah, it's a non-profit kind of a thing, the public service announcements.
Yeah, for sure.
So
that was my first job.
So then the first movie was Across the Tracks?
No. The first movie that I did was
Mirror Mirror?
No, I don't think that was the first one either. I have to think about this for a second. I have to look at my own resume. How embarrassing is that?
A lot of people do. A lot of people do.
Yeah. Oh no, the very first movie that I ever did was Raging Cajun.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That was the first one. I got Taft Hartley on that movie.
I know. I know Charlene Tilton. She's been on the show.
Oh really? That's so funny. Yeah. That was an amazing experience. Also, I had 3 days of work, and I got Taft Hartley. And when I was on the set, one of the producers came to visit, and she came by me and she said, I'd never met her before. I didn't even know her name. I didn't know anything. I was like so green. And she came up and she said, your dailies look really good. And I didn't even know what dailies were. But I was like, oh wow. Like, I was just this young girl that was just like, oh, somebody thinks I'm really good. And I was just like, I'm going to be a movie star. I'm going to be a movie star. Just from somebody, just saying that. So I was very hopeful.
Yeah. But then you did Across the Tracks. I love this movie. It's one of the few things I like Ricky Schroeder in, because I can't generally stand him. But HBO played it every other day when I was a kid. What stands out about making that movie?
Across the Tracks.
Yeah.
That movie, oh God, it got down to callbacks, and it was between me and another girl, and they said that when I got there, I was going to read with an actor, and I was like, okay, whatever. And it was Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And I walked into the room. I had never met Brad Pitt before. I'd never seen him before. I'd never heard of him before. And I have never in my life, and never since, well, there's one other person that actually does this with their energy, that they put off something in the air that I've never experienced before. And I was so nervous that while I was auditioning, I was like twisting my fingers. I don't know what happened to me. I just got like this nervous, really weird thing. And I started twisting my fingers.
Yeah.
And I did the audition, and I left, and I went straight to my manager's house, because I knew that we were going to find out right away. Like I just knew that. And they called and they said, I think it was Sandy Tung. And he said, we just want you to know Dorit got the part. And we just want to know, how are her fingers? And they all started laughing because they knew,
Yeah.
they knew how special he was. And I guess other people had done crazy things also, but I'll never forget that. That stands out very, very specifically. And the other thing that stands out about that movie was that where we shot in, the Crips and the Bloods in
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles,
Yeah.
the gangs
Oh, yeah.
in Los Angeles. Yeah. Okay. We shot in the neighborhood of, I think it was the Bloods, and the costume designer had given one of the characters a handkerchief to wear on his head, but it was
Mm-hmm.
the wrong color. It was blue instead of red.
Yeah.
And they started shooting, and the whole cast had to go on lockdown, and they had to have a meeting
Wow.
with the gang that was running the street,
Mm-hmm.
To apologize and to change the handkerchief, and not it was like they insulted them.
Wow.
So I'll never ever ever forget that. That was wild. Yeah.
God, that's crazy. Yeah, this was like pre-LA riots. Wow. God.
Yeah, totally
That
it
is
was.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just remember you're all snorting cocaine while playing Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, I remember that wasn't, I really didn't like that because I didn't know what the hell I was snorting,
Yeah.
and it was really gross. And we did, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 takes, and ew, yeah, it was gross. It was
Yeah,
really gross
that's crazy.
for sure.
So starting at like age 8, I was watching Mirror Mirror every Halloween on Cinemax, and I've loved it ever since. I just think it's just a cleverly written macabre horror flick. Was getting cast as Kim a standard audition for you?
Yes, it was. It was pretty normal, and I I loved the I remember that audition, and I loved the process of it. The director really let us play when we were auditioning, and I remember feeling really confident in that audition, and I knew that that's why I got the job. And a lot of my auditions, um, throughout my career, I was not a confident person, and it really played a big part in me not getting a lot of parts, because I was a really good actor, but I wasn't confident in it, and it showed. I remember distinctly. Even remember what I was wearing, and thinking there was something about that day that made me feel very confident, and that's had a big part in me getting the part.
Were you a horror fan?
No, I'm actually not.
Uh,
But it was really fun making that. It was fun. I mean, she was a great director, as I said, and they used a real tongue. I don't know if you remember that part of
yep,
the movie.
yep,
It's an animal tongue. It was really gross. It had a
yeah.
plastic piece that you put in your mouth,
Hmm.
and then the real tongue actually is out. Yeah, it was wild. It was fun because it was the six of us. The three good girls, or the 3 girls and the 3 guys, and it was fun. It was fun being on a high school. It was fun. It was the first time I had gotten to set, and there was like a big bouquet of flowers in my dressing room, and like welcome to set gifts, and it was great. It was a great experience.
Did you get bullied growing up?
Did I get bullied? No, I mean, people made fun of my name
Uh huh.
a lot. um but no, I didn't really get bullied. No.
Okay,
Why do you ask that? That's
because you played a bully so well in that movie, and it's funny. I talked to an actor the other day who played a bully in a horror movie, and he actually was a bully in high school, and I'll be honest with you, he kind of still was. He was really arrogant and stuff, and I just thought that was so interesting that he transformed who he was in high school and who he still still is in real life onto the screen. I just thought that was interesting.
Oh no, I'm the exact opposite of a bully. I'm very, very, very shy.
Hmm.
Very, and when I was younger, especially very shy. And
Hmm.
no, I've had people in my family bullied, and so I hate bullies. Like
Me
that's like
too.
it's like one of my pet peeves. Like
Me too.
I'm not. Now I'm a much stronger person, and I'll stand up to somebody who's a bully. Like I'll say something.
Hmm.
But no, I was not like that as a child. So no, that was just my fantastic acting.
Did you and Charlie Spradling get along?
I don't remember.
You don't
Do
remember?
you mean on set?
Yeah,
Do you
it's on
mean
set
on set?
because you two play best friends very convincingly.
Charlie was a very larger than life person in real life.
Uh huh.
So um, she like I think I mean I don't remember that well actually. I have the worst memory. Um, was very much like her character, I think. Not the bullying part. I don't want to say that, but
Hmm.
very her confidence level was very, very, very high. I could have taken a few lessons from her, that's for sure.
Uh huh.
But she was very nice to me. Everybody was very nice to me on that movie, on that set. The only one that was a little bit quiet was Rainbow,
Yeah.
and I think it was because I think it was her probably one of her first movies that she was carrying.
Yes.
Um,
Well, she did old enough. She carried that movie the whole way through. That was in '84. That was her first movie.
yeah. So yeah, no, I had a great experience on that movie. I loved it.
Yeah,
And
Rainbow Harvest is so great in that movie. She reminds me of Bill Mooney in that Twilight Zone episode where he's making all the bad things happen. It's just the same kind of creepy confidence that she has, you know. And
yeah.
somebody told me in 2018, some anonymous person told me what name she's going by nowadays. And I can't remember what the name was, but I remember I found her on LinkedIn and I messaged her to come on here, and I never heard back, sadly.
Oh, well, that's not nice.
No,
Or
I
maybe
don't.
she's just, who
Yeah, I think
knows?
she's
Who knows?
shy. I don't think it was deliberate or anything. I wasn't totally upset at the time and stuff. Kristen Datillo, she was coming off of Aerosmith's "Janie's Got a Gun" video,
Yeah, I really, that was before the movie.
or somewhere in the middle of there.
I think it was way after the movie, actually. But it does. I mean, she's a very, very, very sweet girl. I'm not like friends with her, but
Yeah.
we are like Instagram stuff. We used to audition a lot. I would see her at a lot of auditions,
Uh
a
huh.
lot. Um, Always very, very, very sweet. I think I ran into her in the street in LA a couple of
Mm-hmm.
years ago, and she just immediately remembered me, and just just a lovely girl, just really, really, really lovely. Which
Nice.
you know, it's not, you know, I'm saying that these people are nice, which is I got lucky because they were, but a lot of people in Hollywood are not. So
Yeah.
these are nice people, yeah, for sure.
How was Stephen Tobolowsky?
You know, I don't even remember which character that was.
Okay, he's a legend of over 100 movies, mostly comedies, because he's a funny guy. Stephen Tobolowsky's the teacher. You know, he has that heart attack. He starts coughing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Fabulous, fabulous. I loved that shooting that. All that was improv. Like
Yeah.
when I look over and try to cheat from the other person. I don't know if you remember that, but
Yeah.
all of that was the director just, you know, just shot it, and we all just did our thing, which was great. That all of that was great. It was really great. Yeah.
Were the Cascone sisters on set?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're the ones who wrote the movie.
I don't know. I don't remember. Sorry.
Do you remember anything about the nosebleed scene in the cafeteria?
Nosebleed scene in the cafeteria. I remember the cafeteria scene that I was in, and I remember it may have been one of the first scenes that we shot because I was super nervous.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I remember about that, to be honest.
Yeah,
Definitely, I definitely remember that.
because when I was watching the movie the other night, I forgot that there was a nosebleed scene in it. And in general, like nobody has nosebleeds in movies anymore, but that was a thing back in the day.
Yeah, right. In horror films, when they dress everybody in like blue and green, and then when the blood comes, it's red, so it really stands out. And yeah, all my whole wardrobe in that film was like either blue or green. I remember that distinctly.
Yeah, my favorite lines when you girls are running for what class president or something, and what one girl's like, you're gonna put posters all over town. No, I got a much better idea. What's that? You're gonna wear a bra. You're not gonna wear a bra.
Oh yeah, I remember that line. That's so funny.
Yeah,
I do remember that. I do remember that. That's so funny.
yeah. I love that two sisters wrote this movie. I really, really do.
Yeah, I gotta get my husband's never even seen it. I gotta get him to watch it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's on YouTube.
Is that where you can? Oh, that's good. I'm glad you just told me that. I remember when it first
Yeah.
came out, all my little cousins came over and my parents put it on. It was like a holiday or something, and it's probably like Thanksgiving, and all my cousins, we had like 8 cousins or something, and they were all a lot
Hmm.
younger than me, and they all sat in the room and watched it, and they loved it. It was great. I remember that also. That's a great memory.
Nice. I remember when you were on Married with Children. That must have been a lot of laughs.
Mm. Yes, that show was also very nerve-wracking because you're not only being filmed, it's a live audience. So it's kind of like doing theater and TV at the same time.
Hmm.
So that was, oh my God, I'll never forget the seconds before having to walk onto set. It's just the most nerve-wracking experience ever. But oh, what a great experience. And Christina and Bud and everybody was so incredibly loving and nice. And what a great experience. What a great experience.
Yeah, there's the gay episode where Sam McMurray's having an affair with Peg. Meanwhile, Dan Castellaneta's his husband trying to get with Al, and then there's the night security episode with Bubba Smith, which I heard is Ed O'Neill's favorite episode.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
so funny.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay. That's
yeah.
good to know.
You were
Wow.
you were part of the Make My Video game series, one with Marky Mark and one with NXS. How did that come about?
Um, that was a lifesaver. That was during there was a Screen Actors Guild uh strike. And as I said, I used to do a lot of commercials. And so I never had to have a job. I always would just go to the mailbox and get my residual checks, and it was fabulous. And a week, the week of the strike,
Hmm.
all of my commercials went off the air. And I didn't know that. I
Wow.
was just like, I haven't gotten a check. Like, what is happening? So I had to get my first job as a waitress. And I was the world's worst waitress. Like, literally, people would take the wine bottle away from me because I couldn't open it. I would forget tables that were mine. I just let people sit there. I was the worst.
Yeah.
And I got a call from my agency. It was during the strike. And they said there's a buyout. I guess because it was a buyout, it was legal for me to do it because I don't know if it was Screen Actors Guild or not. I don't really know the legality of all that stuff.
Hmm.
But they told me how much money it was, and I was like, I'll take it. And I never went back to the restaurant. I just was like this great buyout that I got to do. And I got to work with Marky Mark. So that was really fun. And it was it was quite a few days. So it was good work and it was fun.
Nice, nice. Um, you were in Takedown. Does anything stand out about that?
Takedown. Takedown was the first time I worked with somebody who was full method,
Mm-hmm.
and that was difficult for me
Mm-hmm.
because I had never experienced it before. I am actually now, would consider myself a method actor, but I not back then. Um, that was really hard. Oh, you got me. You got like I have a full like a whole bunch of memories popping into my head right now
Really?
because it was hard. First of all, it was fabulous because we shot in Wilmington, North Carolina,
Right.
and that's a beautiful place to shoot. So I was very lucky to be there, and I had a wonderful place to stay on Wrightsville Beach. Um, and just being around some of these actors it was great. But it was hard. It was part of it was really hard. To be completely honest. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I loved working with Donal. Donal is an amazing actor
Yeah.
and person.
Nice, nice. How about 15 minutes with Robert De Niro?
15 minutes with Robert De Niro and Charlize Theron.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the biggest film I had ever worked on, as far as budget, and um, I had met De Niro before, quite a few times, and so that was it was just it was. I found it to be. I mean, they did like 47 takes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on low budget films, you get like you're lucky if you get like three or four because the budget just you got to move, 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 and on 15 minutes, it was like, I mean, Charlize Theron, I swear to God, 47 takes. It was the craziest thing. I've never experienced anything like it before in my entire life. It was wild.
Yeah.
And Ed Burns was in that scene too. Yeah. Yeah, so it
Yeah.
ended up being I ended up getting more days on that film because of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's got to
So
be
that was
like
good.
the biggest career highlight to work with De Niro.
Yeah, it was awesome. And they cut out part of that, a big part of that scene. And
Mm-hmm.
so the part was much bigger, and I wish they hadn't cut it, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But yeah, it was great. It was great being on set with those people. And I think it was one of Charlize Theron's first movies also.
I don't know because she did that thing you do in '96 in Children of the Corn 5, like before that or something. But I think people were starting to know who she was by the time this movie came out.
Oh my God. And I'll never forget the first second I met her. I was like, oh my God, this may be the most beautiful woman. She's so gorgeous. So gorgeous in real life. I mean, obviously she's gorgeous on screen, but in real life, she's just stunning. Stunning.
Beautiful, very beautiful.
Yeah.
So, what do you got going on these days?
Well, these days I live in Miami Beach,
Mm-hmm.
and I have my gorgeous little dog, and I'm
Oh,
married, and I'm not really acting right now. I'm not really doing any of that. During COVID, I was studying with Susan Batson every single day because, it was lockdown and we were doing Zooms. And I love her. She's an amazing, amazing coach. Um, but yeah, I'm just a happy housewife right now.
oh, that's so beautiful. God bless you.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, Miami
Thank
Beach.
you.
How long have you been there for?
Well, my husband and I lived in New York, and then we used to come down here just, as snowbirds. And then we decided about 10 years ago to get a place.
Hmm.
And then just last year or the year before, I can't remember, we sold our apartment in New York, and now we're here full time. I actually prefer New York, but that's okay. I'm
Yeah.
here, and Miami and Florida in general is very safe, and I like feeling safe, and so that's a good thing.
That's so awesome. You got any Halloween plans?
No, but I thought it was very funny that when you reached out to me, you mentioned Mirror Mirror, and the fact that we're doing this on Halloween was sort of meant to be.
It was 'cause I remember, being 8 years old, seeing it for the first time on Halloween on Cinemax, and then it became a tradition for a few years, and it's just so surreal to me.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love hearing that. That makes me really, really, really happy.
Yeah. So, I mean, did you lose your passion for acting, or is it still in you?
Oh my God, no, it's definitely still in me. I Yeah, it just, living in Florida, there's not a lot of work here.
Hmm.
And
There used to be.
um yeah, as of right now, I don't have representation, so I'm not auditioning, which is too bad because I would really like to. I would love to work again. I would love to. Especially since I don't feel like I ever really got the part that I would, like my dream part or
Hmm.
anywhere near it. Um, so yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, were there years, back in the 90s where just like, it was hard getting work and you had to do something else on the side?
No, as I said, I worked commercially really, really well. And so
Hmm.
I never, other than that one time when I had to be a waitress, I never had to work really. Um, I did learn how to train people to do Pilates,
Hmm.
but no, my bread and butter definitely came from commercial work, which was so incredibly lucky. I mean, I did everything from cereal to beer to, I mean, so many different commercials, and worked with so many great directors, and I was very, very, very fortunate that way because most actors, they have to go out and get other jobs, and so I
Hmm.
didn't have to do that. So I was really lucky, really lucky.
Did your parents eventually come around and be proud of you?
Um, it's a funny thing. My parents are older now, and
Hmm.
so they would say now that they were, but back then,
Yeah.
no, they were not. My brother, I have a brother that's 6 years younger than me. He would come with me. He would come when I would go audition, or he would come on set and he would see what that was all about, and he came to all the tapings of Married to Children. Christina Applegate was so generous, and he had such a big crush on her. She would let him hang out in his yeah in her room, her room, and um, he was always the one that was rooting me on, and but yeah, my parents are like, oh, now they say, oh, you should be acting now, and I'm just like, where was where were
Yeah.
you when I needed you?
Yeah.
you know yeah,
That's what
well,
they do when they get older, They try
yeah,
they try to make up for it, but not necessarily saying, "I'm sorry, I did that in the past."
yeah, no, definitely. I mean, all the girls that did really well around the time that I was auditioning had really good support systems, really good. And the one girl, especially, that it was me and her again on everything. And she pretty much got everything. Her mom was always on set with her. When we screen tested together. She had like an entourage of people that would,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that she had, and I really was alone. And I think that's why my confidence level was not high enough to where the producers felt comfortable. I'll give you an example. I was up for this film, and I don't remember the name of it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's shot in Russia,
Uh-huh.
and I went, and it was between me and another girl, and I went in and I did the audition, and when I was done with the audition, it was a very, very heavy piece, and I was crying and doing the whole thing. And when I was done, instead of like owning what I had just done,
Mm-hmm.
I looked up at the table where the writer, director, producers were, and I was like, "Was that okay? Like, do you want me to do it again?" Like, there was like, I wasn't, I turned into I could play a very powerful character, but in real life, I was so painfully shy and
Mm-hmm.
so I had no confidence. And so they just, they called my manager and they said, she's so great. I'm going to tell you something. But
Mm-hmm.
what they did was they actually said, we're going to give you the audition tape because
Mm-hmm.
it should be on her reel. But we can't take her because they're scared to take her. So I didn't get the part because it was a confidence thing.
Ugh.
And that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
It just, I guess, wasn't meant to be, or whatever it was. It was a big learning lesson. It was a
Yeah.
big learning lesson. And actually, I look, I know now that you don't bring your baggage into the room with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one of the reasons why I would love to be auditioning right now, because I wouldn't do that.
Right.
I'm a different person now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean now they got the the self tape and the Zoom and everything, and a lot of actors are
sure.
not satisfied with it. They'd rather be in person.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I really like a self tape. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it is nice to be in the room, especially when you can get feedback, because especially your first take, your whatever you send in my opinion, should just be a little bit more over the top, so somebody can rein you in. No one's out. It's very different for a director to be like, "Give me more." You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's better, actually better, in my opinion. I think it's just like bring it down a little bit, or just be able to have some sort of feedback so you can change it and show that you can take direction. I think that's like the one of the most beautiful things about being an actor is showing the director, tell me what you want and I'll give it to you. Like, I will, let me change, let me show you something else, let me change it, let me do something. So yeah, being in the room is fantastic, as opposed to sending in your self tape that you could do 20 of, and then you pick the best one and you send it in. You only get one shot.
Right. So to wrap this up, let's play my secret silly game. This is a series of silly slumber party questions. It's no win or lose, just pure fun. And how the game works, Dorit, is I ask you the question, you answer it, and then you ask me that exact same question and I answer it. And feel free to comment on the answers because they might be funny.
It's like a Meisner exercise.
Well, it's kind of based on the actor studio questionnaire that James Lipton used to do.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
Dorit, are you ticklish?
Yes, a little bit. Are you ticklish?
Yes, I'm baby ticklish. I get very squirmy when I'm tickled.
Okay. Okay.
Is your belly button an innie or an outie?
My belly button is an innie. How is your belly button?
It is also an innie.
Okay.
What color are your toenails painted?
My toenail color is a very, very, very light pink.
Love it.
What what color are yours?
They are orange and black for Halloween, and
Nice.
this weekend I will change it to brown for Thanksgiving.
Oh, I love that. I usually always wear black nail polish. I even have black nail polish in my wedding.
Oh, my
Because I have.
mom, my mom hates it when my toenails are black. She says it looks really gross on me.
Oh,
What would you say is your best personality trait?
I'm a great listener,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very compassionate.
Oh,
A lot of empathy.
you seem
What
like
is
it.
yours?
I
What is yours?
I have empathy and I have no filter.
Okay, that's a good thing and a bad thing,
Yep.
right?
Yep, I'm a
Okay.
Gemini.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay. Well, I'm a Libra. That's why we like each other.
Yes, we get along very well, the Geminis and Libras.
Yes.
What is your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure is, oh my God, to be totally honest, this is so embarrassing. I can't
What?
believe I'm going to tell you the truth. Watching the Kardashians.
Okay.
Oh my God. How embarrassing is that?
It's very
Um,
embarrassing.
it is, right? I just,
Yeah.
it's such like mindless television. I just love it. Like just zone out and it's so silly. Okay, what is yours?
Eating eating pizza and watching a raunchy sex comedy movie.
Okay, all right then. You're hitting two things at once.
Yes. if you if you could have anything named after you, what would it be?
That's a good question. Hmm. A law.
Okay.
Yeah. A law. A really good past law.
What,
Is
what
that
yeah, what law would that be?
I don't know, but something that makes a difference. That's something that really like makes a difference. Now, to
That's a
me,
new
that's a
one.
very serious answer. It's a very serious answer, but that's the first thing that came to mind. What about you?
Me, get ready, a vibrator.
Oh God. Ew. TMI.
And then my favorite question, is there a stinky smell that just makes you gag?
There's a stinky smell that makes me gag. I guess throw up. Throw up makes me want to, yeah. Ugh.
That's
Ugh.
popular. That's a popular one.
Wait, you know what?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take it back. I'm going to take it
What?
back. I just remembered something that was the most disgusting thing ever.
What?
I went to this hotel once and a kid got seriously sick, and this is so disgusting. He
Hmm.
had diarrhea throughout the lobby of the hotel,
Oh
and
God.
it was horrific, like literally gagging, like on the worst level.
Yeah.
So that's my answer.
Okay. Yeah, those are popular ones.
Okay, well, there you go.
For me, it's either farts or feet.
Okay, well, okay then.
Those are the
That's
classics.
that's a gross question. Okay.
Well, Dorit, I thank you so much for coming on today, and I'm gonna go cry because, like I said, since I was 8 years old, I've loved Mirror Mirror, and I never knew that on Halloween someday I'd be talking to one of the mean girls from the movie. So thank you so much, sincerely.
Oh my God, thank you so much, sincerely. This is really fun, and I think you're great. And I'm so glad that you reached out to me. And
Thank
just
you.
thank you. Happy Halloween.
Yes, have a happy holiday season in general, and I'll see you on social media, and be safe out there.
Yes, be safe out there for sure. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Well, there you have it. Dorit Sauer. Ain't she a sweetheart? Oh my God. I just loved her. She was just so awesome, so caring and compassionate. She is a Libra. She is a Libra. No wonder we got along so well. I enjoyed talking to her. Well, until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. Later, dudes!